Not because of anything the 51 does. Watch this. He's just spinning out.
Well, that's Bell.
He collects. Corey LaJoy.
This was under caution.
It's not something we expected. I thought the 20 car would be marching forward, but he has been struggling with his race car.
Christopher Bell is one of those.
We're under
who came
commercial
into this race
break.
in the fortunate position of
Dang.
being able to race his way in.
Bell, that's
Points.
crazy.
It wasn't like a do or die. It wasn't like a 5 to go for Chase
I
Elliott
think he goes to the
before he
playoffs
scores
next season.
maximum stage points.
I think SVG goes to the playoffs next season with a win somewhere. Probably not on an oval, but he could be an AJ Allmendinger. You never know. White flag. 1 to go, stage 1.
Look at William Byron. William Byron's turning up the heat on his teammate. Track is packed ahead. Byron goes on the attack. Byron looks on the inside of his teammate and loosens him up a little bit.
Dang.
Coming to the end of stage 1. Well done. The Hendrick Motorsports drivers, maximum points to Chase Elliott. As Alan Gustafson says, yep,
close.
that's the way to do it. That's the way we wanted
That
to
was
start.
nice.
And William Byron follows him home in second. The Stuart Haas Ford boys.
Good
Frisco
finish.
and Pre.
Caution. Is that
Up high
Titans?
in the turn
No,
two
it's a
wall.
Chevy.
Suarez.
And you heard the
It
radio
looks
of Denny
black.
Hamlin
That's
sitting behind
that's
you. There's a
interesting.
row right behind Denny Hamlin. Looked like a stack ups behind the left rear quarter panel. Let's see where it comes from. 31.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of hard to tell. Obviously, the 31 was going up the banking and got the 99. I can't tell why the 31's going up, whether he's getting hit from behind or just loses traction. There you go. Let's take a look at this.
Oh, he got hit from behind.
31 hits
For
the
sure.
4, bounces back into the 2, who then gives the 31 a shot. 31 up the track and catches the 99. That Hail Mary or
Oh.
Hail Melon, and around goes the 21 of Harrison Burton. Had his best qualifying yesterday. The race started positively, lost quite a few positions though on the first round of stops. He was running around the previous yellow and wanted to as well. I think this also came from the same area of the pack. Looked like another stack up into turn 3 this time, and then contact sent a car around. Harrison was running 19th.
Oh,
You see
he's
the
just
tire mark on the
helping.
left rear bumper. So here we go, right here. We got the 3 behind him. The 23 was inside. Harrison comes down to block the bottom. Hocevar, is it? Yeah, it is. And Hocevar just runs into the back of the 21. Either can't get slowed down or chooses not to, but either way, the 21 gets spun off the front of the 77. I like the move by Harrison to fill that gap. I think that's where you need to be. And the 77 just goes in and shoves the 21 out of the way. This is the lap.
yeah. He just. I mean,
You see a pretty little bit of wall contact between the 21 and the 38.
Yeah, it's been a while back there. We see it every week. I mean, it's hand-to-hand combat.
yeah. I don't think there was anything that the 21 could have done. I mean, the 77 just. Boy, oh boy, he just. I mean, I don't know what he was trying to do.
We still got 341 laps to go. We're 183 laps into the race. You see,
Well, he's up the track.
the concrete has turned mostly black. The rubber's gone on the racetrack. The cars have shifted. The track balance has shifted. The next big step is this sun is going to start to set. Daylight savings is upon us, right? This race is going to finish basically in the dark because now we have a caution. Oh, the 19 of Mark
Oh,
Truex Jr. gonna try to
no.
get going.
Pole sitter.
He will lose a lap, I think, to the 24. We'll see how NASCAR
Dang.
scores this. He might let the 24 back by. Nope, solo. Oh, today that's gone the wrong way for Martin Truex and
Yeah,
the 19
no
team.
kidding.
Started on the pole position. There was a few moments of sunlight. There were 41.
Looked like he might have gotten in the wall.
After that, a pit road speeding
Looks
penalty,
like
and
it.
things just started going backwards.
When we talk about the battle in the back of the pack, and you can see behind Truex there was 31 car. Somebody can't really tell who it is behind him, but contact.
To be like John Hunter and the 31 were pushing and
Contact
shoving
in the
each other,
back
and
of
in
his
front of the line was a
bumper.
19.
In the back of
Hard, you know,
another car.
hard to say with a small snapshot. We don't know what happened in the corner or the lap before, but the result you can see clearly. I mean, what a change for the bit.
The result you can see clearly.
Coming into this eye on that 24, the 5, and the
Caution.
14.
They were just going down to it.
Somebody's in the wall, and I'll give you a
Oh,
little
it's
hint on the front
Gilliland.
bumper of who 2 times today. I'm going to get the 77 of Carson Hocevar car for this one as well.
Yep. Imagine that.
Not sure how they got stacked up, but when I looked up and out the
That
window,
was right by
the front
Logano.
bumper of the 77,
Oh, yeah.
here he comes.
Boy, and he just power drives him
Well,
again.
that was very similar to the Harrison Burton.
Another one.
Into Daniel Hemrick, then into Top Gilliland. So this is going to be my critique of Carson Hocevar. He has everything I'm looking for in a young race car driver. He knows the go pedal, the loud pedal. He finds speed. But these are the types of things that just won't be accepted in this field for very long, because that's not just a wreck on the 31, but the rest of the field is going to see this in the highlight. They're like, man, that young guy needs to do a little better. They're going to lose patience with this driver, and he's so good. He just doesn't need to be this aggressive all the time. He has the raw speed right here. Like, for instance, the 38 Gilliland. He's going to ask what happened. And they're going to say, well, you know, the 77 got you. This is the second time today we've only run 196 laps.
It's just uncalled for. It's just unnecessary. And Carson, this is the problem. If he can't fix this, he will not be successful in the sport. They're not going to let him be successful.
There's 100 laps.
Caution. Oh, it was.
Bingo. Oh, Carson
Oh!
Hocevar.
I wonder who wrecked him. I want to see. Oh. I wonder who wrecked him. Next commercial's going to be dead.
Big break for him. 46 laps on his tires. The question is, what is that?
Oh, here it
Oh,
comes.
he's excited to meet somebody.
See what happened to the Spire Motorsports driver.
Alex Bowman. He's excited to see Alex.
Not sure if those two. Got a tire rolling down the middle of 3 and 4. They're going to have to call this caution off. Oh, tire bouncing somewhere. Sure is. On the racetrack. Josh Berry almost hit off the right front of the 8. NASCAR should absolutely see this. I mean, it's been rolling
That's funny.
for quite some time. Who doesn't belong to Kyle Busch? The right front of the 8 came off going down into turn 3. And that'll be a suspension for a couple crew members because it went back onto the racetrack. Dangerous situation. Not so much for the drivers, but, you know, that tire gets hit by another car. That's why it's an instant suspension, because it can get kicked anywhere. That's a 40-pound item just bouncing around. See how NASCAR decides to score this, right? Did we go back racing, and was there a position change at the front of the field? I was focused on the tire. You see that right front of the 8 lead right here. So now, NASCAR has to make, you know, everyone has to be scored, because we saw a green flag and then a yellow, Jeff, right? Unless I'm mistaken. I was focused on the green was, which means we're back racing, so you can change positions. So now we're here at the 5 of Kyle Larson as the leader. So this is going to cost William Byron the lead.
Wow. That is crazy. All we need is a caution in this. This could be a crazy race.
Look at this. The disappointment a week ago in Homestead Miami Speedway when Tyler Reddick went right around the outside. Now he gets on the inside of Chase Elliott. And again, another new race leader. Elliott's trying to fight the best he can. Truex and Suarez are up ahead. But the
buddy, Blaney to the lead.
Comfortable 2.5 seconds in front. Byron doing all he can to hold these two cars behind. Keselowski wants to get up there and make something happen.
Chris Romell to the back of the 10 car.
See what kind of patience Keselowski
Byron's
has.
coming to Blaney's coming to the white.
A little
Let's
push
go.
and shove going on there for that final.
Let's go,
Get
Blaney.
into this final lap. There's
Yes,
half a
win it,
mile to
Blaney.
go for Ryan Blaney.
Get Byron, keep him
The
back.
reigning NASCAR Cup Series champion is going to have an opportunity to defend.
Oh, there's no way he keeps him back.
Last week,
Oh,
at these
dang it.
two corners, 3 and 4, he lost the lead
Come
and
on,
lost the
somebody
chance.
pass Byron.
He lost sleep over it.
Come
Ryan
on.
Blaney's not losing anything here in Martinsville. He wins, and it's going to Phoenix. That was a
Bell just smoked the corner
savvy
there.
drive.
Oh, Bell rode the wall.
And look at that, right at the end, Christopher Bell drives his way in as well. Right at the very end, look at Adam Stevens. I think the 20 past the 23 coming in the line.
No way, that was for position.
This
What?
is it. Watch this, the 23 and the 20. He went for it, almost lost control, hits the wall, drives off the wall, sort of Ross Chastain-esque.
No
A lot
way.
of conversation in the Nascar tower about the entire finish of this race.
Uh-oh.
And all the cars racing for points, but what a drive by Blaney.
Yes, Bell. Please let it count,
My
NASCAR.
goodness.
Please,
That was
NASCAR. I mean, he hit the wall. It's fine. He hit the wall. That's it. Come on, he hit the wall. That's all. He just hit the wall.
To determine the fourth and final
That's
position.
it. Bell just hit the
What a drive
wall.
by Blaney.
He just hit the wall.
Just unbelievable long run.
That's it,
pace.
NASCAR. He just hit the
Understood
wall.
how to manage 500 laps here at Martinsville. These are step-up moments, Div. When you can come here having to win the race to move yourself into it and making it happen.
We understand that race control is checking the end of the race on points and on tie-break situation. Christopher Bell gets it. But this is lucky number 13, victory number 13 in his Cup career for Ryan Blaney to give himself a chance to win back-to-back championships with a thoroughly determined drive through the field, driven by the disappointment of last weekend. Spare a thought for William Byron if it does stay the way we think it is, who did everything he possibly could. You can't predict how these races are going to finish. Every time we come here, it's something different. Jeff, I'm going to give you credit. You pointed out Blaney. We were so focused on the 9 and the 5, but Blaney just, I mean, from 3 seconds back.
And Steve, you mentioned it too, the questioning, they're looking at the finish of this. The Ross Chastain move from years ago, they made that, you can't do that anymore to gain position.
He didn't do it the entire
What
corner.
we saw Christopher Bell do is the same thing. I mean, he drove into turn 3, overdrove the car, got by. Watch this right here. So, 23 up the racetrack. Right, so he overdrives the corner, for sure. On the outside of the 10, sideways, right, hits the wall. And then, sure enough, stays in the gas. And the last part of that looks like Chastain. The start of it doesn't.
That's right. This is going to be the call that the officials are going to have to make. Either way, we know who won the race.
Yeah, let's go, Blaney. Come on. Let's go, buddy.
That has been spilling
Come
over for
on,
a week,
let's
Marty.
go.
What he couldn't get done last week in Florida, he gets done here in Virginia. Ryan Blaney's going
Let's
to
go,
finish
Blaney.
for a chance at another title.
In front of his home crowd, High Point, North Carolina, just down the street for Ryan Blaney. He picks out a young fan to give a checkered flag to after the disappointment of last week. Gianna, his fiance, in. Boy, after the disappointment at Miami, Ryan, the disappointment with the odd restart there. How did you put it all behind you and have such a determined last run?
Oh, yeah. I don't know, man. I tried to save my rear tires early. I was struggling with my rears when I would get the traffic the round before, and I think it kind of paid off for us. So proud of the effort by everyone in the 12 group, never giving up. And to have another shot at a championship is really special. So appreciate Discount Tire and Owners Ford, everything for what they do, and try to go back to back next week.
You were 3 seconds behind and not happy with how that restart came off there, Ryan. How in the world did you make that happen? I mean, was that one of the more determined drives of your career?
Yeah, I'm worn out. I got nothing left. Oh my God, I'm tired. So good battle, and just the car hung around longer than most, and could really make some ground. So they just worked on the car all night. So I really appreciate them. Everybody who makes this thing possible, Roush Chase Engines, and 12 boys are awesome. So let's go.
Second in Miami last year, you won Martinsville. You went on to win a championship. This year, second in Miami, you win Martinsville. What about next week in Phoenix?
Try to do the same thing.
There you go, Ryan Blaney with a thumbs up to
Okay.
the hometown crowd and a hug from the race team.
That is
Christopher
crazy
Blaney will race for a title
that
again.
he finished second then won the
Race
championship.
control is still checking
But
that final
the
lap
other
and
thing
that
is,
final move.
I mean, not as
We'll
good,
let you know
but
when
Joey
we know
Logano
something.
won Las Vegas in 2022, then won the
He's talking
championship.
about a lot of
Same thing happened.
questions about the end of
with,
this race. Two Chevys side by side behind William Byron.
Same thing happened with,
They lined
what
up
is
behind
it?
him. Looked like they were kind of playing blocker.
Logano, yeah.
Nascar's going to look at that, I'm sure.
You see the 23 right there to the right, the 1 and the 3. Can't seem to find the 20 away past the 24, and then the 23, who is pretty far up the road, is giving up spots left and right, comes all the way back and gets the 20 past him. There's a lot to digest over there in the tower. I mentioned the 23 and the 20, so the 23 off the pace down into turn 3, the 20 goes by him. Almost lost it. And then almost lost it. And then on top of that, I agree, Jeff, with your analysis that into the wall looked normal like racing, but the exit of the corner did look very similar to what Chastain did here a couple of years ago. This is where it comes down to the officiating. NASCAR's going to have to make the decision and tell us what all this looks like.
No controversy in the front. That was just an unreal drive from Ryan Blaney. Team Penske has two of its drivers in the championship.
We'll see in a minute what they think about Bell's move, but I'm excited. I hope they say he gets it.
Still waiting on confirmation.
Man, thought we'd never see another wall ride, but pretty much a wall ride. I still think, like, I don't know what's taking him so long. I feel like it's obvious. He didn't do what Chastain did. He obviously did not.
These are the closing laps on the radio of the 23 Bubba Wallace.
But
Let's listen in.
still.
10 to go in the line here. 10 to go in the line. 5 back on 11, then 10 to the 24. 24 and 20 are separated by a point right now. Sorry, 3 to go in the line. 3. I think I got a tire going down. 10-4. Just nurse it. Nurse it off. Nurse it off. Hold it up top. Cover the way.
So, information from the spotter to Bubba Wallace. Bubba claims he has a tire going down. That explains his speed down the backstretch. NASCAR's going to through these same radios that we have. Then we saw the pass by Christopher Bell. The slide job on the 23 got him into the wall. Then there will be question mark on the second half of that corner where he was absolutely against the wall and how NASCAR sees if that's within or out of bounds.
And you can see Christopher Bell never celebrated, right? He knows it's under question. He knows it's being looked at. Take Burns.
So,
well, we'll step in and talk to Christopher
if
here,
you
who knows
think
they're looking
about
at
it,
everything
though,
that was going on there.
if they
How
say
do you
that
feel
is
the final
wall
lap
riding,
went
then
for you
what
and,
about
all the
what
moves you made?
I believe it was
moves I
Noah
made,
Gragson
is
did
that
in
what
the
you said?
Xfinity Series at Darlington.
I
mean that was pretty much a full wall ride, and they said nothing.
And,
Now the rule wasn't there at that time, so. But what would they have said after, right? And they had,
I had no intention
I
of
don't know.
riding the wall. That's unfortunately where I ended up, trying to get all I could get. And yeah, I don't know. This is weird. This is weird. Everyone's standing around. Nobody knows what's going on. I don't know if this is the last interview I'm going to have of the day. So regardless, I'm super proud of this 20 group. No matter what happens, if we make it, if we don't make it, it's been so much fun this year. Contending for wins, leading laps. We set out a goal to lead more laps this year, to win more stages. We did that. We came in, and we didn't have the prettiest day, but we tied the points. And I guess it's going to be a decision outside of us that's going to let us know if we made it or not.
Yeah, hang with us here for a minute, Kim.
And as we await the decision, Jeff Gordon down here talking to William Byron. William, you've seen the replay. You saw what Christopher Bell did with the 20. What do you think about his move? Do you think it was fair?
Well, I mean, he rode the wall, and there's a clear rule against riding the wall. So, in my eyes, that's what counts. And, the 23 stuff is what it is, but, there's a lot going on there. So, just see what they say here in a sec. And we had damage ever since the 12 shipped the 16 lap car out of the way and screwed up our toe. So, we're just terrible in the long run for the final stage after that. So, sucks, but proud of my team, and we'll see what happens here.
So just to confirm, you consider that a wall ride. You think it should not be his spot in the championship based on the move he made?
Yeah, there's a rule against it. We all sat in meetings and talked about whether there should be a rule against it, and he front tires were off the ground coming off the floor there against the fence. So, it happened in the past. It was fair game, but now
the rules against it, so I don't see how you can call it any different.
What he's referring to is when Ross Chastain did the Hail Mary, or what's now known as the Hail Melon, a couple of years ago.
He actually
Nascar
mentioned
patented
this
after
move
Jeff, to
earlier
say,
in the race.
okay,
That's
it was a
cool.
pretty cool move, but it's no longer going to be allowed.
Yeah, they've said this isn't going to be allowed. I understand Williams' point here, and surely Christopher Bell, when he got into the wall, he certainly rode it. It didn't look like this, right? But NASCAR is going to have to make the decision at the exit of the corner if they're the same. Certainly, Christopher Bell described it well. He got loose, chases up to the wall, then once he got there, then he throttled it up. Right along. He's loose there. And then when he gets to the wall, now he throttles up.
I mean, he's trying to get off of it, clearly.
So it's half a Chastain move.
I mean, he's clearly trying
That we
his
also talked about
hardest
two Chevys
to get
lined
off,
up behind
right? Like, he's trying to get off.
William Byron to the 24. So here's the radio from the 3 of Austin Dillon.
You know the deal? Trying to find him and tell him. Justin, you tell crew chief also clear off. Out they go! So far, does the one crew chief know the deal? Yeah, it should.
Yes, there you go. You hear communication at the 3 and the 1 car. So now let's go listen to the 1 car.
Nice and far with the 24 here down there, doors. 24 is 1 to the good, 1 point to the good down there, even. 6 lined up with the 3.
Yeah, so there you go. Communication. So here's the replay. Here's how it looks. These two guys had caught the 24 of Byron and sat right here. And then behind them is the 6 of Keselowski. And this gave Keselowski nowhere to go.
That was coming to the white right there. Then they go down into 1 and 2. And they stay side by side. The 1 and the 3. The 24 finally, the 23 kind of goes out of the picture. And now the 3 and the 1 are nose to tail. But the 6 still really has nowhere to go at this point. Well, let's break it down a little bit further. There are 2 Chevrolet drivers behind, looking after a Chevrolet driver ahead.
Yeah, and I'm just going to say it. What a damn shame to be in this conversation.
Absolutely.
With an incredible race. Everything. That race was incredible. Everybody stepped up and did what they needed to do. And we're talking about this. And it is a shame that we have to.
It's going to come down to a race control decision to determine. At the moment, Christopher Bell holds the higher ground on the tiebreak over William Byron. You heard from William. He just spoke to Kim Kern. He said he believes, despite passing the 23, just the way that Christopher Bell finished that race and finished that lap wall riding, he feels that's illegal. So it's going to come down to a race control decision to determine who does and does not go to Phoenix next week to fight for a championship.
And after everything we've heard, you have to wonder if it only involves these 2.
True. Facial expressions say it all as they wait to learn their fate.
Well, while we wait to learn the fate, this is taken away from just an unbelievable drive by Ryan Blaney. What he did there, and you heard him tell Marty he was exhausted. He put kind of the championship opportunity on his shoulders and drove. So we know for a fact, Reddick, Logano, and Blaney, those 3 are going to go race for a championship. What a group we have. 2 Penske cars, 1 a 2-time champ with Logano, the reigning champ with Ryan Blaney.
Tyler Reddick has a chance to become a first-time Cup champion. Ryan Blaney can go back-to-back and become a 2-time champion. Joey Logano can become a 3-time champion and join a truly elite group.
It's going to be a great weekend at Phoenix. There's no doubt about that. And it's been an incredible playoff. I mean, coming into this playoff, this final 8, a lot of drivers, crew members, people that have been around this sport forever said this is the strongest 8 drivers we've ever had in the playoffs, and they all brought it. Every one of them brought speed to the playoffs, effort, energy.
You know what? I'm going to make my prediction right now. It's going to be the most controversial call, and NASCAR is going to say that it was wrong of Christopher Bell. That's what I think. But I am really hoping that they allow that, because I don't think he rode the wall outside of the rules. I think that was within the rules. He didn't fully ride the wall.
Final race in the round of 8 to determine who goes to Phoenix in the championship 4, and those 2 drivers you see on your screen, they're in a tiebreaker situation for the 4th and final slot. Christopher Bell in the bottom box has it.
at the moment.
Is that the official call? Did they just give the official call?
We've got a decision.
No!
We've got a decision. Christopher Bell will not be going to
I called
Phoenix.
it. I called
Safety
it.
violation.
I called it.
Riding the wall. It's against the rules. William Byron has been confirmed as the 4th and final position.
Called it. I knew that they would do some random controversial call. That makes no sense. How?
Yeah, William Byron gets the final championship position.
It makes
the
sense,
20 with
but
a safety
come
violation.
on.
I know based on what you said before, you're probably happy with that ruling. What was it like sitting here waiting for it to come down?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not happy for anything, but the rule is what it is for the crossover gate over there and riding the walls.
Right, the wall, the crossover gate. That's what the problem is.
I was proud of my team. We had a really hard fought day overall.
He tried to get off the wall.
That's William Byron. Dave, the other side is Christopher Bell.
Like,
Christopher, they have ruled against you. Safety violation, wall ride. Your thoughts?
I don't know what to say.
Dang it.
I don't know what to say.
Come on.
You feel like
man, you deserve it, Bell. Come on, man.
Correct.
Well, I mean, I understand that the rule was made to prevent people from riding the wall, but my move was completely different than what Ross's was. I got loose getting into the corner and slid right into the fence. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say.
Christopher Bell will not make it a 3rd year in a row, Lee. It is a very, very tough situation.
Oh, come on, man.
I think the only thing that could have happened differently for Christopher Bell was that had he known the guys behind him, he wasn't racing for position, he didn't need to accelerate that like that on the wall, right? That's what really, in my eyes, NASCAR, we haven't spoken to NASCAR, but what I believe they saw was when he got into the wall, the acceleration. Had he gone up and hit the wall, come off the wall, and then accelerated off, then I think it would have been okay, because he wouldn't have ridden the wall, he would have hit the wall. That's a split-second decision. He did not know all those cars beneath him weren't for position.
For every rule created, it has to be officiated. Someone has to make the decision. I can feel the heartbreak from Christopher Bell, but I agree with Jeff's analysis of his option. Just to be clear, that moved him from 18th to 22nd. It moves him the last car 1 lap down. That's what the penalty did, which was
I really like this championship 4.
Through. There's the championship 4. 2 drivers on the right.
But
Tyler Reddick, William Byron.
I am very sad that is not Christopher Bell.
Ryan Blaney, who won today,
I don't like it.
Can do it back-to-back and defend. And his teammate, Team Penske, Joey Logano, can become a 3-time
I don't like
Series
their
champion.
call, but
congratulations
I understand
to Ryan
it.
and his team.
Understand
NASCAR
it.
Motorsports coverage is available at NBCSports.com.
Do not like
Coming up
it.
next on NBC,
Understood, but
local news except on the
don't
West
like.
Coast.